It's not all perfect though, and the communication thing particularly has potential issues. I think it's perfectly all right communicating with publicly on Twitter with students and with other outsiders. Where it becomes a little bit more tricky is with direct messaging, which is a private method of communication on Twitter. There isn't a massive amount of difference between direct messaging and email and personal email because you do have a record of direct messaging. It's not like online chat or Snapchat or anything like that. It's not, it doesn't evaporate into the ether. It's still there and it's recorded. So there's always opportunity of archiving anything which you're uncomfortable with, and should that be necessary. I think it's important for teaching staff to understand how these communication channels work and to engage with them, and particularly on those channels that students find useful or engaging. But it's also the case that not all students want to engage with those channels either. And one of the things that I've discovered with Twitter is that, although you can it's very easy to demonstrate that this is where things happen. This is where decisions are made. This is where important discussions are had, within an industry context, which is really important to the things that you get to understand for the subject that you're studying. It's very easy for us to demonstrate that. But even having done that, there will be a small proportion of students who simply do not want to engage on that level. They don't want to be part of Twitter. They don't want to engage with social media, or maybe they have other channels that they feel comfortable with and they just don't want more, or whatever the reason is. So it's not. I think it's not just a case of teaching staff not engaging. There are students as well. We tend to kind of think about students as being this homogenous body of people who all act in the same way. Well, no, there's as much variety among them as there is among tutors as well. So the challenge, I think, is not just getting staff involved, although potentially that's more easy to manage. For me, the biggest challenge is getting all students engaged and involved, because that's much more difficult. You can't control students. You can't say you must have a Twitter account, you must follow me, you must follow these people over here because they're saying really important things, even if you can convince them that it'll benefit them. You can't force them to do it. You can't force them to live their life in a particular way. So I think that's a bigger challenge than the staff thing, because with the staff thing, you can run training courses and you can teach people how to work with Twitter and how to use LinkedIn and all this kind of stuff. You can do that.